Hi everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you and teach you a little bit more about school bullying. On April 20th, 1999, it was just another day for most teachers, students, and parents in America. The date has been forgotten by many. However, our country will never forget Columbine High School. The extreme tragedy events that day were set in motion by the most neglected crisis in America, bullying. April 20th was a rude awakening for our country. Sadly, the actions of two bullied teens have brought vengeance among the whole community. As a result, communities called in their local and state governments for laws and policies regarding bullying. Schools were forced into the spotlight by not actively addressing bullying behavior, and as by default, had created a setting conducive for bullying. Most recently, on February 14th, 2018, tragedy struck again when a former student walked into Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School and shot and killed 17 people and injured many more. Valentine's Day will never be the same for these young people. Their lives forever changed by a former student who many claim was bullied and ostracized by many of his classmates. Many students, including one of Nicholas Cruz's good friends, knew that he was being bullied, and nobody ever said anything. He says, someone could have approached a faculty member, a guidance counselor, a teacher, and said, hey, this kid is being bullied a lot. Maybe there's something we could do about it. However, nobody spoke up, and tragedy struck for this high school and killed and wounded many people. Sadly, we see this all too often in headlines. Bullying attacks leave 11-year-old in a coma. Online bullying claims another teenage life. Mean Girls, teen suicide calls attention to cyberbullying. Headlines like these brandish our newspapers with reports of children being bullied and committing suicide. Hate is a poison our children are digesting, and this poison is wreaking havoc in our public schools. Bullying threatens a student's physical and emotional safety at school, neglectfully impacts their ability to learn, and has become a worldwide abuse on children, causing the suicide rate in children to go up. But first, before we can begin to solve an issue, we have to define what bullying is. Bullying is by StopBullying.gov, which is a website that's owned and managed by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, defines bullying as unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involve a real and perverse power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. There's many different types of bullying. There's verbal bullying, there's social bullying, there's physical bullying, and most recently, and the one that has become increasingly popular, is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is when people attack other people on social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, email, text messages. We have a whole world at the tip of our fingertips. And people are not afraid to say things when they don't have to show their faces. Verbal bullying is saying or writing mean things about a person. And physical is hurting a person's body or possessions. It's been said that long-time bullying has a severe impact on a child's overall health, and it negative effects can accumulate and get worse with time. There's a research done. Dr. Bogart studied 4,297 children. The researchers periodically interviewed the students regarding their mental and physical health and uncovered the effects of bullying was having on them. He says participants who experienced chronic bullying reportedly increased difficulties in physical activities like walking or running or participating in sports. And those who have experienced ongoing bullying, both in the past and present, show to have low health scores. Sadly, every child is at risk, no matter what your age, no matter what your gender, no matter what your religion. It doesn't matter. Everybody's at risk. Recently, I've heard of a young child that was only like in first or second grade who committed suicide because she was being bullied by her classmates. Currently, right now, there's 41 out of 50 states that have both laws and policies. 8 states have laws, and the state of Montana falls behind on addressing bullies and only policies. However, with ununiformed laws and policies, states and schools are not aligned in addressing this national crisis. After the February 14th attack, it has become more increasingly aware that we need to address these and put laws and policies in place all over the country. We need to come together as one and prevent these from happening. There's a program that was put in place that many schools combine laws and teachers and parents and communities, and it was put into clear, consistent, unusable policies in place for all the school systems, kindergartens through high school across the nation. Prevention, intervention should begin in kindergarten and be modeled by positive disciplinary action. Disciplinary action is what is neglected over time. There's not discipline and consequences for these people that are bullying other people. We need to set clear and constant consequences. Corporate trainings, preventions, interventions with your state and local law enforcement agencies. States need to be provided workshops and courses on bullying and harassment, and they need to take this into the schools and have the teachers take these as well. Linking together by transparency and monitoring, as well as mental health evaluations. If somebody sees something, they need to report it. Many schools have different ways of reaching out to authorities anonymously. My daughter is in high school, and she's a sophomore in high school. And they have several texting numbers that students can text. It's Text-to-Tip and Safe-to-Tell program. Students can text these numbers, submit their concerns, and bring their awarenesses to an adult or somebody in charge. Back in December 2015, Mountain Vista High School could have been in danger just like these other high schools were. 2 girls were arrested the day before winter break because another student reported them for making threats that they were going to take guns and go to the school and do harm to as many people as they possibly could because they were being bullied. Thanks to this one tip to Tip-A-Line, these 2 girls were arrested and are now sitting in jail facing the consequences for their actions. All schools should be doing this. It's time for a change. In a myth that people are born bullies, the fact that bullying is a learned behavior. It is not something that you are born with, and it can be changed over time. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and you guys have a great night. Thank you.